Westpac came to us and asked for the best branch in the world, which is an incredibly exciting brief where we can completely cut loose from the status quo. We can design something that's exciting for them and for their customers. They also asked for a very open shop front, and also we ended up with a branch where nothing was off limits to their customers.
I love managing 79 Queen Street branch. It's a great branch, one of the busiest streets in Auckland. We've got a pretty funky sort of branch. There's lots of different elements, unlike any other branch in New Zealand, so it is one of a kind. And we are the flagship branch for Westpac New Zealand, so we do need to be different in terms of the environment that we have, and also providing a better experience for our customers when they come into the branch.
When our client came to us, they started talking about an idea they've been batting around about a boardwalk, which is quite pertinent to the location. It's in Fort Street. Fort Street used to be called 4th Street, so it's right on the edge of the reclaimed land. We sort of morphed that a little bit into this idea of a wave that connected all of these different things across the branch. So you'll see the white motif of the wave that runs through. You just catch it on the floor, up the wall, and it ends up being a really dynamic thing that sort of winds you in. It's one of those interesting design problems where you're taking these really disparate conditions, and somehow you find the one thing that meshes them together.
When the planning for the branch first started, I had the opportunity to have a meeting with the context architects, and they asked me what was the one thing that I would want in the branch. And the thing that I asked for was a heart, something that was a centerpiece for the branch that everyone could come to. So I was absolutely blown away when they came up with the idea of the coffee caravan. It's given us the opportunity to have that heart in the branch and a place where customers and staff can meet.
So Westpac 79 Queen Street is unique in that it was the first of its kind that we did in New Zealand, and customers can come in and experience elements that they wouldn't see in your standard traditional branch.
Design is really crucial in retail design because it can maximise the efficiencies in the store. So the layout and the way that you set out the products and the design of the store can create moods. And so we have the knowledge bank, for example, where people can use Westpac's technology to access their accounts and information, or they can use their own technology, whether it be a tablet or a smartphone, and use Wi-Fi.
The digital shop front is another unique element of Westpac 79 Queen Street in that it's a space that we use for all of our marketing and product messages. We also like to keep the content really fresh and surprising. It's such a unique space. We like to do themes and showcase local events that are happening in the CBD. We have images like the Putakawas that are well known in Auckland. We advertise round the bays, Happy St Patrick's Day to people walking past. So we really utilise that space and be a little bit more surprising for a bank.
We resolved the concept quite fully at an early stage, and part of that sales tool were digital renders that we put together. The really interesting thing about those is that we had such strong client buy-in on those renders. They could see exactly what they were getting, they could understand the concept, and they could understand where pieces of that concept were crucial. And we ended up, if somebody said, can we change this, can we look at that, we would go back to the render and we would stand around, we would talk about the merits of what we could change and what we shouldn't. And as you can see, if you look at the render to the finished product, the integrity of the design is quite sound. It's translated really well. If you don't go through that render process, it's quite easy for things to erode, especially on a complicated project.
79 Queen Street won 4 Red Awards last year, and the reason that we won is because the Red Awards are all about people. They're about customer focus, and at Context that's what we're all about. We're about clients, customers and people generally.
There are always challenges on projects, and part of that is how you deal with it, and a lot of the fun of being an architect is overcoming those challenges. We just love it at Context. We have lots of fun.